Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review, and today it's on a Disney movie from 2000, and that is The Emperor's New Groove. Now the plot of this movie is where this emperor named Cusco, played by David Spade, who pretty much rules a palace, but then of course he's also considered a spoiled emperor. So and then of course you got this lady named Yzma, played by Eartha Kitt, who wants to rule the palace, and so she tries to poison Cusco, but then when her sidekick Kronk, played by Patrick Warburton, uses a llama potion instead, and then Cusco actually gets turned into a llama, and then of course when Kronk tries to take him out, like Cusco comes across this person named Pacha, played by John Goodman. And pretty much Cusco accuses Pacha for turning him to a llama, and then of course of course Pacha and Cusco have to do whatever they can to stop Yzma and Kronk, and of course and hopefully have Cusco be turned back into a human. So that's pretty much the plot of this movie. Now, The Emperor's New Groove is definitely a really funny Disney movie from 2000. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's very funny and hilarious too. Yeah, it's also a really great movie, like from what you expect from Disney back in the old days in 2000, especially, back in the old days at Disney. And this is actually, and in my opinion, this is actually one of their best movies, like back in the old days, like The Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah, because I remember watching this movie when I was little, and of course it still holds up to this day, and yeah, and in my opinion, it's still considered one of Disney's best movies, in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it had very interesting animation, and it had a great voice cast as well, great voice actors and voice acting too. Like David Spade and John Goodman both do really good as Cusco and Pacha. And of course, we got Eartha Kitt, that does a really amazing job as the villain, Yzma. Yeah, and of course, Patrick Warburton's also great as Kronk in this movie, too. And yeah, and of course, the filmmakers who worked on this movie, Mark Dindal, Randy Fulmer, and John Debney, who's the music score composer, he does a good job composing the score for this movie. And of course, the director and producer who made this movie, Mark Dindal and Randy Fulmer, they both do a great job making this movie. And of course, they're both also the same people who worked on Chicken Little as well. So that's pretty cool. And I like Chicken Little as well. But yeah, and Mark Dindal also directed Cats Don't Dance as well. Like Mark Dindal also worked on that movie too. And of course, Mark Dindal, he does a good job directing this movie. And of course, like since this movie's almost 20 years old, like it's gonna turn 20 years old on December 15, 2020. And because this movie's almost, it's pretty much almost 20 years since this movie came out on December 15, 2000, and of course, for Mark Dindal, other than Mark Dindal directing this movie, he also did a voiceover in The Emperor's New Groove as well, like during the movie's final battle where they're fighting against Yzma, and then of course Yzma gets turned into a cat, and of course Mark Dindal does the cat voice of Yzma, and I thought that was pretty funny. It kind of does sound like a chipmunk a little. It's very funny. So Mark Dindal did good as the cat Yzma, and yeah, I think I said it right. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, Mark Dindal was pretty funny as the cat version of Yzma, and what's also pretty interesting is that she's also cute as a cat as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and of course, there's also another directed video film that's based on The Emperor's New Groove called Kronk's New Groove. And I kind of learned that during the last half of Kronk's New Groove, it's actually like, instead of Yzma getting turned into a cat again, she actually gets turned into a bunny rabbit, like a pink bunny rabbit, which I think I also find pretty cute too. Yeah. But if I had to pick between Kronk's New Groove and The Emperor's New Groove, which one would I pick? Well, I remember watching I remember watching a little bit of Kronk's New Groove, and if I had to pick between that and this movie, which one would I pick? In my opinion, I would pick The Emperor's New Groove from 2000, because it's probably the best one in my opinion. And I also do remember there's also a show that used to be on Disney Channel. Like there used to be a show called The Emperor's New School, which I think I remember wasn't watching some episodes of that, and it's pretty good for what it is. But yeah, the Disney movie The Emperor's New Groove is really great. And yeah, so overall, The Emperor's New Groove is one of Disney's best movies of the early 2000s, and I'm gonna give The Emperor's New Groove 4 out of 5 stars. And if you haven't seen The Emperor's New Groove yet, then I definitely recommend it. If you're like a huge diehard Disney fan, then you'll probably love this movie. And yeah, I think it's also on Disney Plus too, because almost everything's on Disney Plus, but not everything. So if you have Disney Plus, then and if you haven't seen The Emperor's New Groove yet, then I recommend it. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching my movie review on The Emperor's New Groove. And so that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.